Nvidia's stock went up over 200% in a single year. Everybody knows that story. But here's what most people missed. The company quietly sitting behind every single AI breakthrough, powering the infrastructure nobody talks about, is now being called the next Nvidia by some of the smartest analysts on Wall Street. That company is Micron. And if you've never thought about memory chips before, you're about to. Let's rewind for a second. When the AI boom exploded, everyone rushed to buy Nvidia stock. And for good reason. Nvidia makes the GPUs, the graphics processing units, that train AI models. ChatGPT, Gemini, all of it runs on Nvidia hardware. The narrative was simple. AI needs compute power. Nvidia makes compute power. Buy Nvidia. But here's the thing about that story. It was never the complete picture. Training an AI model isn't just about raw processing speed. It's about moving data. Massive, almost incomprehensible amounts of data. And moving data fast requires memory. Specifically, a very specialized kind of memory called HBM, high bandwidth memory. This is not the RAM inside your laptop. This is memory that sits directly next to the processor, stacked in layers, designed to feed data to GPUs as fast as physically possible. Without HBM, the most powerful GPU in the world is basically a race car with no fuel. So who makes HBM? There are really only 3 players in the world: Samsung, SK Hynix, and Micron. And right now, Micron is making serious moves that have Wall Street paying very close attention. Here's where it gets interesting. For most of its history, Micron was considered a boring, cyclical chip company. Memory chips go through boom and bust cycles. When demand is high, prices rise. When demand drops, the whole industry takes a hit. Micron was always lumped in with that story. Stable, kind of dull, not the kind of stock that makes headlines. But the AI era just changed the rules of that game entirely. The demand for HBM is not cyclical, it's structural. What that means is, this isn't a temporary spike. Every AI data center being built right now needs HBM. Every new GPU Nvidia ships needs HBM attached to it. And the amount of HBM required per chip keeps growing with every new generation. Nvidia's latest Blackwell architecture uses significantly more HBM than the previous generation. The one after that will use even more. Micron just shipped its HBM3E chips, the most advanced HBM product on the market right now. And Nvidia is already using them inside its Blackwell GPUs. That's not a rumor. Micron confirmed it. That's a massive, massive deal. Think about what that means. Every time Nvidia sells a high-end AI chip, Micron's memory is probably inside it. Micron is essentially a critical component supplier to the most important company in tech right now. And the numbers back this up. Analysts at Morgan Stanley, Citi, and Bank of America have all issued bullish notes on Micron, specifically citing HBM demand. Some price targets have been set well above where the stock currently trades. Revenue forecasts for Micron's HBM business alone are expected to grow by several $billion over the next 2 years. But here's the part of the story most people overlook. Micron isn't just riding Nvidia's coattails. They're actively competing to gain market share from SK Hynix, which has been the dominant HBM supplier. Micron's HBM3E has been benchmarked as more power efficient than some of its competitors' products. Power efficiency matters enormously in data centers, where electricity bills are one of the biggest operating costs. So you have a company that's improving its technology, gaining major customers, operating in a market with almost no new competition coming in. Because building HBM manufacturing capacity takes years and billions of dollars, and selling into demand that isn't going away. There's also a US government angle here that's easy to miss. Washington is desperate to reduce reliance on foreign chip manufacturers. Micron is the only major American company making DRAM memory chips at scale. The CHIPS Act has already funneled significant federal funding toward Micron for new domestic manufacturing facilities in Idaho and New York. This gives Micron a political tailwind that most of its competitors simply don't have. When analysts say Micron could be the next Nvidia, this is what they mean. Not that Micron will hit the same valuation overnight, but that Micron is positioned as an essential, irreplaceable part of the AI infrastructure stack in a way the market hasn't fully priced in yet. So what does this actually mean for you? If you're someone who follows tech trends for investment purposes, Micron is worth understanding deeply. The consensus on Wall Street isn't unanimous. Some analysts are more cautious, pointing to potential oversupply risks in standard DRAM outside of HBM. Memory markets can still be volatile. That hasn't changed completely. But the broader point stands. The AI economy is creating a new class of infrastructure winners, and they're not always the companies getting the most headlines. Nvidia got famous because everyone could understand GPUs. Memory is harder to explain. That gap between complexity and attention is often where the real opportunities live. We're also at a moment where the next wave of AI isn't just about training massive models. It's about inference, running AI applications at scale, in real time, for billions of users. Inference workloads are extremely memory-intensive. That's another tailwind for Micron specifically. The companies building the invisible layers of AI infrastructure, the memory, the networking, the cooling systems, those are the companies worth watching in the next 3 to 5 years. Micron just happens to be at the top of that list right now. Keep watching this space. The AI story is just getting started, and the companies that win it won't always be the ones you expected. And if you're a YouTube creator yourself, check out CPMS Scout at cpmsscout.com. It shows you exactly which topics pay the highest CPM so you can make smarter videos. Link in the description.